Gem mining has changed quite a bit with the introduction of crafting. In this guide, I'm going to take you with me and teach you exactly how to mine gems. I'll show you how to find the best gems to sell for money, what vehicle is the best to use, and how to quickly gear up so you don't die while doing it. At the end, we'll sell everything to see how much money we can make as well. But first, let's take a look at the vehicles. For gem mining on planets, we can either use the ROC or the Geo. The ROC you can rent easily at any L1 station, and the Geo you can buy at Lorville for about 86,000. Currently in this patch, the ROC is completely broken. Its UI is super buggy, making it impossible to mine. So in today's video, we'll be using the Geo. Plus, I prefer it over the ROC. It's a little bit more nimble and easy to mine with. On our ship, we will put a storage box to store the gems. You can buy this at any cargo center. Just use the elevator to get there and go to the cargo center. There you can buy a box. Just type in SEU and you can buy one. Before we can start mining, where's the best location to mine? Well, let me quickly show you a nice resource that you can use to figure that out. A very good resource is SEMDB. If you go to resources here, you can actually select anything you want. Currently, I'm in Stanton and I'm going to do some mining. Here you can see ROC mining or rock mining. The best gem to mine is Fine. Currently, Aberdeen is the best location at 64%. You can mine at other locations if you want to, but Aberdeen is super hot. So we will need a protective suit like Pembroke armor. You can buy this. The easiest place to buy this is at Grim Hex. Once at Grim, you can take the elevator to the shops. You can quickly run up the stairs through the door, and on your right hand side, you should be able to find the terminal to buy the suit. Once you have it, you're all good to go. Now we can start mining. You can find Aberdeen around Hurston. I'm going to jump over and show you exactly how to find gems. Here we go, we're at Aberdeen. Now to make our way down, usually what I like to do, I like to jump to an outpost and then cut my engines by using U. I wait for about 200 kilometers before I cut my engines. Now I'll just fly straight down. Once on the surface, I'll show you how to quickly find gems without having to look at junk. We're on the surface here. It's a little bit dark, super cloudy at the moment. In order to scan, you can just use tab to ping. You should see a bunch of unknowns. If you hold V, you can see there's little numbers where you can see the signatures of each mineable. But how do we find the gems? Well, we can go back to the website. Once back at the website, you can click here. You can see here, rock mineables. We are looking for 4,000, 8,000, 12,000. So it means one node is basically 4,000. And if you add all the nodes together, it will jump by 4,000. So two nodes will be 8,000 and so forth. You also get FPS mineables, but they jump with 3,000. Pimax is the best to mine, but we can also mine FPS mineables if we get Headtracking. I'm mainly looking for Pimax, so let's see if we can find a node that's super good that will fill up our geo. Going back to the game here, let's take a look at the signatures. We're looking for an even number to start off with. There we go, 64. Let's head over and have a look. Here's the mineable. Unfortunately, this is not what we want. This is the wrong one. But you can see there's a bunch of little nodes. I'm going to keep looking and scanning. Here you can see a bunch of Pimax. Actually a very good pile. Let me land next to it and I'll show you how to mine it. Just one node. Currently there is a bug with the geo where sometimes it won't work. All that you need to do is get out of it and make sure you don't press anything and get back in. I'm going to get in and see if it works. This time around it actually works. I tried to press nothing while entering it and waiting a little bit. But let's go mine. Ignore the broken ship. My game crashed and I had to come back. I just quickly destroyed it. But how do you mine? Well, you hover over the node and wait for it to scan. After it has scanned, you'll notice you get an optimal range and you get a green zone that you need to keep the laser in. You can adjust your laser's power here. You can see it is at 20%. if you scroll wheel, you can adjust it. Sometimes the key binding is left alt scroll wheel, but mine is just scroll wheel. I'm going to back off just a little bit in order to mine this. Now I'm going to left click and we can slowly but surely increase the power. Once it is in the green zone, we can lower the power just a bit so that we don't shoot into the red. Now I'm just going to wait until the power fills completely. We're very close now. It will pop. And there you can see all the gems. In order to scoop them up, you can just left alt click. Now you can click again. This will allow you to scoop all of the gems into your inventory. It might take a while depending on the server. To go back into mining mode, you can just left alt click again and you're good to go. The Geo also has a low powered mode. In order to activate this, you can just left alt number 4 and you will be in low power. This mode allows you to mine hand minables, for example Headtracking and so forth, but because this is Feymeline, we're going to stick to high powered mode, so just left alt 4 again and we're good to go. I'm going to mine the rest of the nodes and see if I can fill up everything. Sometimes it's pretty buggy, you'll see my inventory looks empty, but it should fill up after I scoop another load. I think I'm completely full since I can't scoop up any more gems, even though my inventory is pretty buggy. Let's see if the gems is inside of the box. At the back you can open it and take a look at the box. I'm just going to access the inventory. Here you can see all of the gems have different qualities, but I'm just going to quickly read into my backpack and go throw these in the boxes. So this is why you want to bring a nice big backpack, so that you can unload. You don't constantly have to remove the box and insert the box. In order to quick loot the gems, I just shift click. Now I can go to my box here and shift click all of my gems into it. Make sure to wait a little while. Sometimes the servers can be slow to transfer your items. Now I can just hit close. The button is right here on the side. You also get weapon racks, but don't worry about those too much. I forgot to add, on the UI, you can also see the quality of the material at the bottom right. This one is 371 quality, so not the best. I'm mostly mining these in order to sell. We're back at our box here. I'm just going to use the move all button here to move everything over. You can see we managed to find a very good quality one, 906. I'll probably keep those though. I managed to mine everything. Let's take a look at the box. Here you can see here's everything I mined. The 900 quality, about 20 of those. So very good. I might keep it and not sell it, but I'm going to look for more. Mining is a pretty slow process. This probably took me about 40 minutes, thereabout. If you didn't know, while scanning, you can actually zoom in with your scroll wheel. And if you time it just right, you can scan things. Let me just see if I can get this one. There we go, it's scanning. There you can see it's Everite, so we don't have to go visit that one. I managed to find more Feymeline. Pretty decent area, super flat, so it will make it a lot easier to mine. I'm gonna mine this one on my own, and then we can go see how much we made in total. We're all done. This pile also took about 40 minutes, so pretty consistent depending on how big they are. Here's my complete box. One pile takes about 40 minutes, so 80 minutes in total of just mining, and I'll probably add about 20 minutes of searching here and there. This is not even one SEU, but we'll go see what we can sell everything for. The only thing is I'll probably remove 20 just to keep these. That's 900 quality. To find the best sell location, you can just go here to SE Trade Tools, say best buyer. Here is Feymeline, 1 SEU. Here you can see all of the prices, but all of these places is basically outposts. I'm going to do it safely though, and just choose a station. I'm going to increase my security level here with a private hangar and submit again. Here you can see all of the stations. I'm going to go to Everest Harbor just because it's the closest. Surely don't get the most amount of money, but I prefer my private hangar. I don't like putting my boxes on elevators when it's full of gems. So let's go see how much we can make in total. Here we go, we're at Everest Harbor. I'm going to go to the Galleria to sell, but first let me unload. This one SEU box has all the gems, So I'm just going to put it on the elevator here. I'm going to make sure to take my gems from the inventory here that's high quality so I don't sell them. I'm going to stack all as well so that I can compile them. Maybe they sell easier. I am going to put my box on the left hand here, double click, then select all and move them to my inventory. You can probably sell from the box, but sometimes I find it a bit difficult. Now I can take my box and drag it back to the inventory and this should persist pretty decently. Let me go to the Galleria. If you don't know how to go to the Galleria, you just use these elevators in the station. You run in and you choose Galleria. Once at the Galleria, we can go up the steps here and the admin's office should be at the top here where we can sell. I'm going to select the station inventory here and here is everything we mined. Let me calculate how much we can get for everything. First, I'm going to add an extra 20 units because I kept that in my inventory. I have noticed in order to sell, sometimes you need to click this thing multiple times, otherwise it won't work. So just keep trying. And here is the last batch confirmed. You can see my inventory completely empty. Don't worry about the Everite, those are looted some other time. In total, we made 291,000 for about 100 minutes of mining, which is definitely not the craziest, but we did manage to get 900 quality gems as well, perfect for crafting. If this guide was helpful, make sure to leave a like. A big thank you to all the YouTube members that supports the channel. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video.